So today was a perfect example of how not to set your football team up for success. Such a horrendously bad lineup today, put out an extremely negative performance that we put on, and we lost 5-0 to Liverpool at home in one of many glazings we have taken over this season and the latter part of the last season. It has to be said that this is just tiresome now at this stage, and we have to be looking for a new manager at this point. It's non-negotiable. Lopetegui needs to leave, and it's at that stage now where, look, today I was in fairly decent spirits. I knew we were going to get absolutely pasted by Liverpool, and I've got a really good friend of mine, a best mate of mine, who is a Liverpool fan. And you know what? I was going around here today. We're going to... I don't pay for Sky Sports. I think it's an absolute rip-off. But what I did was... so I paid for a Sports Day membership, this one-day membership, just to watch West Ham Liverpool with my mate. Knowing, obviously, what the scoreline was going to be. We had a little bit of a cheeky bet beforehand on what the score would be. And look, you know... I don't know what I was doing, thinking about going around there. Maybe I was just round a mate's house to remember what happy looks like. I don't know, mate, right? But all I know is that we just looked like schoolboys out there. They absolutely tore us to shreds. Our midfield is absolutely dire. And what makes it worse is only having 3 in midfield. And then taking a midfielder off, so we've only got 2 in midfield. Our midfield can't protect our defence as it is, and can't provide anything for our front line. They're completely useless, totally redundant. If that's what we've got to look forward to for the rest of the season, count me out, yeah? You can probably tell I'm fuming. At this point, it's, 2:30 in the morning. Because after the game finished, I stayed around my mates for a bit longer. I couldn't just leave it on a bad note like that. I started thinking about the game on my drive home, and I'm still absolutely fuming. Like, look, I tell you, look, before I go any further, you know, I want to talk about something that's a bit sad, actually. I mean, look, I don't know where I've been, or if this is something that, you know, has only just come out. But, you know, the news on Ludo is absolutely heartbreaking for me. He was my absolute idol as a kid. I was a goalkeeper playing football up until sort of, you know, your under 18s. And so I didn't quite go over into the sort of the adult teams of football, because it's one of those things, you know, you get... I wanted to play for my hometown, and it's only a small town, but their goalkeeper had been there like, I don't know, 5-10 years. I was never getting a look in. I didn't want to be second, third string, paying me subs, sat on the bench. Yeah, it wasn't a lager day out for me. I wanted to play, but I was, you know, Ludo was my absolute idol. Ludo and Les Seeley, they were the goalkeepers of my childhood. I'll flash up a photo of me now on screen. This is a photo of me in a very 90s child's bedroom, you know, wrestling, Bilic photo on the wall, Ludek McCloskey goalkeeper jersey. I think I bought every goalkeeper jersey as they came out. He had the blue one with the sort of the sun motif on there, and the bright green one even I had, if anyone remembers that one. And yeah, look, you know, the guy was my absolute idol, and it's so heartbreaking to hear this news. I wish the absolute best for you and your family, mate. If it, you know, as I say, absolutely heartbreaking, and I just wish you all the best. It's so sad. And yeah, but I couldn't not say anything today. Cheers, mate. Look, back to the game. I mean, it was such a negative lineup. You know, that lineup there was obviously just built to try and soak up pressure and try and keep the scoreline down. That's what I felt. And look, it didn't work. This could have been 7 or 8-0, maybe even more than that, where you would have normal mistakes that are made by any team in the game. They get cleaned up by the opposition, we move on. But it seemed like every deflection, every tiny little thing that Liverpool would do, any little mistake even, wasn't cleaned up. And then they were just, it's a goal scoring opportunity that very low percentage even, but they just managed to make them work. And it's a testament to just being badly drilled as a defence. As I say, I was a goalkeeper, and you'd have been hearing my voice for 3 towns over. It was a horrific performance. I'm not confident in Lopetegui's ability to organise a defence. The amount of money we've spent on this team, and if you can't get a tune out of that, mate, that's a you problem, and we need to be sorting that problem out as soon as possible. It used to be, when I was a kid, with goalkeepers, there was a term that we used to use when they would come out for a corner and they'd just go up and kind of go for it and just completely miss it. We used to call them flappers. I don't hear that term used much anymore, but we have a defence full of flappers, right? All they did was run around the box like aimless chickens, just putting their feet in and just flapping about. No substance at all, getting nutmeg, deflections off everything. No one's clearing their lines. And 5-0 was a flattering scoreline for us. It's a numbers game. All they're doing is throwing enough mud at the wall and seeing if any will stick. And it just seemed like today, like, if even half of it stuck, the scoreline is even more of a joke. It's just unacceptable. I mean, look, I have got no West Ham players in my fantasy football team. Not a single one. In fact, I have 3 Liverpool players in my team at the moment. Right? So, not so bad for my fantasy team tonight. Right? But that's not. Like, I don't want to be taking consolations like that. I knew we were going to get pasted. I really think this has got to be curtains for Lopetegui. I get it, it's Liverpool. They're the best team in the league, possibly the world. But it's not just Liverpool. It's Spurs. It's Arsenal. It's Chelsea. We're getting pasted. This is not good enough. We can't carry on this way. You have to make a decision. This decision should have been made ages ago. We don't want another situation where all it takes is just like this could be his last game, and then they win it, and then so bears the cycle for the next 3. We can't keep doing this. It's got to go. I feel a great deal of sympathy for him. We've had a real tough time over these last few weeks and months. You know, personally, for Lopetegui. But this is business. It's not personal. He's got to go. All right? Look, I said earlier on at the start of this video, me and my mate, we made a bet at the beginning of this game. He said 2-1 to Liverpool. 2-1 to Liverpool. Well, he had a hell of a lot more faith than I did, I can tell you that. Because I went 5-0 Liverpool. So at least I won a fiver.